My head is not up my arse. Yeah? My head is not my arse. They want war, they want death, they want destruction, and we keep on pandering like you just come up to me saying it's got nothing to do with Islam. It's got everything to do with Islam.
Everything to do with Islam.
It's got everything to do with Islam.
I'm simply asking how you're
Okay,
so
well,
sure of the political
I'm on the
motives.
reality. This is the reality. The reality is this is a war. These people are waging war on us for time. This has gone on for 1400 years. This is nothing new. And the whole time while this goes on, police leaders or political leaders want to invite more. They want to invite more. If the camera's not there, fucking punch geezers round here. If the camera's not there, fucking punch geezers round here. The minority of Muslims have already launched a war against us. A jihad is coming, and it's going to be huge.
And if you look at what we've done and where we've come in 3 years, if we had funding, we'd finish Islam in Britain. If we had funding, we'd finish Islam in Britain.
I'd propose to end Islamic immigration straight away, instantly. I'd stop the building of mosques instantly. I'd make it extremely difficult for any... We all say they're British nationals, yeah? Well, they've got dual nationality, because they're all going to have their Pakistani nationality as well. So if you want to go, you go, okay? Get out of our country.
I will kill you.
Okay.
Instantly kill you.
Okay.
I will kill you.
Okay.
Instantly kill you.
Okay. The Prophet was persecuted for flipping 12 years. His companions were killed. You're telling me if I come to your house, you will kill me? And the Prophet, he got kicked out of his house, he got killed, and after so many years, in Quran chapter 22, verse 39, that's when Allah said the permission to fight and defend yourself has been given. And you know you've been chatting nonsense, so be a man and say, you know what, I've been chatting rubbish, then I won't debate.
In this bookshop, we believe you promote books that promote jihad against non-Muslims.
Not that I'm aware of. We don't have any.
Not that you don't have any books?
We've got plenty of books here, which are the Quran.
Well, so you do have books that promote jihad against
Every
non-Muslims?
single one of these books,
Integrating.
Islam, it's not integrating society.
So this is an Islamic problem, not an Islamist problem.
No,
so you're not talking.
Islam.
You are not talking about political extremism. You are talking about Muslims generally, and you've said it now
I'm
again.
talking about Islam. I'm not talking about Muslims. I'm talking about Islam.
Islam is not a religion of peace. It never has been. It never will be.
I'm going on a march. I want Britain to be back British. I want Britain to be back British. I'm going on a march. I want Britain to be back British. I want Britain to be back British. Got international law, the Islamic infidel. They're trying to get their law over our country. And it's happening. It's happening in other countries. It's happening in every country's life. Every time you got Muslim rape camps. Muslim rape camps. You got Muslim rape camps. Rape camps. You got Muslim rape camps. Muslim rape camps. You got Muslim rape camps. Rape camps.
So loud and vocal about not wanting them in his country, as he keeps labelling it. His country, his capital. It's not your country or your capital. You're part of an invasion into our country, Sadiq. That's what you are. It's our country. And that's...
Are likely to attract hostile opposition. You want to be seen as the victims. You want to, people viewing you like, you know, look how they're getting treated. Give them the chance.
We're going to say that they're going to attack us, and then they attack us. So we'll catch them.
Everyone likes an underdog.
Of course, and we're the ultimate underdog throughout history. As long as the Gardaí are there, because it'll help drive the Gardaí into our camp.
Too weak to say that our culture is superior.
When you say is it synonymous, there's certain verses, whether it be 9:5, where obviously I'm not a scholar, but when it says things like, when the most sacred months has passed, slay the idolaters wherever you find them, and take them captive, besiege them, prepare for them in ambush, but if they repent, when you read that, that sounds synonymous with terrorism. You then start reading certain things and thinking, well, that's where it's coming from. And
means, and his misquoting of text just now is, why don't you continue reading that text? It was
talking about a specific historical situation where pagan Arab tribes were breaking their peace treaties with the Muslims, killing the Muslims, and the Quran said, right, for these tribes, slay their soldiers wherever you find them. And then it goes, for those who have remained true to their covenant, then maintain that covenant with them. And even then, for those who ask for safety, then escort them to a place of safety for pagan Arabs. So continue reading that Quran. Don't just give us sound bites, Tommy, because it's very misleading. You're misleading your own people.
Hello, Raza.
Yes, hi there.
Raza, we've been talking about the text from the Quran. Do you think there is a correlation between terrorism and jihads that we saw in the Quran?
No, the only correlation that I've seen so far is the number of verses that Tommy Robinson reads, the more his idiocy increases. Because anyone can tell, as Brother Abdullah Andalusi very clearly stated, that when you look at it in context, it's very clear that Islam is not a religion of war. But here you have a complete idiot who keeps coming back and saying that Islam is the problem, Islam is the problem. If you want to talk about problem, talk about terrorism, let's talk about Anders Breivik. Let's talk about those soldiers in Afghanistan that put quotes from the Bible on bullets when they were shooting children. Let's talk about the fact that George Bush said that he's ordained by God to go on the Iraq war. If you talk about terrorism, we're the biggest victim.
You would have been thrown out of this country and called you a Lamont because you're Irish. And yet now, you do it to brown people. You better wise up, man. Yeah, so why are you going on about all this Muslim shit nowadays? It's got nothing to do with race. You go on about Muslim shit all the time. No, you do. No, yeah, Islam's Muslim. Same thing. It's like Catholic, Protestant, not now. They do. Of course you can talk about what the fuck you like. You get your facts right. Muslim, Islam, is how many people are Muslim? How many people are Muslims in the world? Do you not understand? Have you read the Bible? Have you read Leviticus? Have you read Leviticus? Have you read Leviticus? What you're doing now is the same as what people done to the Irish. No, it's not. It is exactly the same. Exactly the same. No dogs, no Irish. That's exactly the same what you're creating in this country. You're creating hatred against ordinary Muslim people. Not against Salafis, not against Jihadis, but against all Muslims. That is what you are doing. You would never respond. Why did Christopher Robinson do that?
A two-tier policing system. I have to wear a bulletproof vest. I've got people wanting to murder me and massacre me.
Well, then stop being a racist and a bigot.
Racist? Can you please explain one thing I've ever said?
I am a British citizen. I was born in this country, and I do not spout off rubbish like you do. Okay?
No, what am I saying that's rubbish?
I haven't got death threats. Do you know why? It's because I'm a nice person.
Please explain.
If
you talk against Islam, you don't get death threats. Please explain what I've said that's racist. Please explain.
What you've done is...
No, please explain what I've said that's racist.
I'll tell you what's racist.
No, she's called me a racist.
Okay, well...
Please explain. Please explain.
Granny will pick it up.
So you're not going to explain.
What you've done is, you've taken a community with, hundreds of thousands of members...
Billions of people.
And you've picked like a tiny minority, and you've said they're all like that. I think that's the slightly racist part.
What's racist? What race is Islam?
Against all Muslims.
No, I'm not against all Muslims.
Yes,
I got married last year. I had 4 Muslims at my wedding. I had 4 Muslims at my wedding.
Admit your true colours.
Excuse me. You think that just because you want to call us racist or extremist or far right, what have I said that's racist?
I heard you on Radio 4 the other day saying that you are a peaceful movement, okay, and you are not against violence.
You still haven't explained what I said that was racist.
Have you actually looked at your own personal
You still haven't explained what I said about racism.
You've actually been convicted of thuggery,
what I've said
and you're a football hooligan. How can you come on to Radio 4 and say
Please explain what I've said that's racist.
You stood in the Newcastle...
I've just said it. You've just cited loads of things relating to Islam and talking about Islamists.
So there's not a problem in this country.
There's not a problem in this country. Muslim people killed by white people.
There's not a problem in this country.
You can spark
There's not a problem in this country.
Why are you focusing on certain incidents?
No, what you're doing is rather than listening to the point, you just want to shout racist, which is what's happening in this country for 15, 20 years.
Because you are.
No, what have I said? What have I said that's racist?
Because you are.
Tommy,
you're so weak. You are racist.
You've got nothing to back up, darling.
Tommy, let Carla speak.
You're getting
what
really
have I said that's racist?
You are a racist.
What have I said that's racist?
You're a racist.
What have I said?
Carla?
And you do not represent
What have
the
I said
views
that's
of the
racist,
people in
darling?
this country at
All right, so
Nothing.
Carla?
If you see
You celebrate
my
that. You're the biggest fascist
mixed
in
race.
this country.
I'm not fascist
Yes,
because
you are.
I'm not
You're the
fascist
biggest
because you say
fascist.
so.
You're an Islamophobe. You're an Islamophobe, and you hate Muslims.
I don't hate
And you know
Muslims.
what?
I don't hate Muslims.
Your ideal organisation is just a platform for your ego. That's basically it.
Can you
It's a
tell me?
platform for your
Ego. When you say ego, do you think I enjoy being leader of the English Defence League?
You talk about threats.
I enjoy being leader of the English Defence League?
Talk about threats. You wrote a letter to the City Council against me saying I've got extremist links.
I didn't write that. No, I didn't.
You said that. You wrote to the Northumberland Police of the extremist links.
No, I didn't.
Just show me. I've got the letter.
I'm writing
On top of
news.
that, Tommy.
I didn't write it out.
Tommy, calm. On top of that, your ideal folks have threatened me against my life and my family,
Really?
against me, against on your Twitter, on your Facebook. So have you condemned them?
Right.
Have you condemned them, Tommy?
Okay, let's take a bit of from this gentleman here,
I'm going to
please.
chop up your kids.
Thank you very much. I thought